Welcome to Dragon Bound How-To series. In these series of videos, we're going to be going over how-to tutorials and showing you all how to play the Dragon Bound TCG game, how to build your decks, showing you what each of the cards do, the different kinds of cards, and how to be able to use them in the game. We're going to be going over how to build the deck in Dragon Bound TCG. Here in Dragon Bound, deck building is essential because when you're playing the game, you do not have a hand. That's what makes Dragon Bound different from a lot of TCGs, that there is no hand and everything relies on how you build your deck. So, for your decks, you have three that you play in the game. We have our main deck here. These are the cards that you will be using throughout the game mostly. Here we have our Legends deck. These are where we keep all of our stronger dragons, which would be our hybrids and transcendents. And when we get the right materials, we can call these ones out. And here we have our Arsenal deck. The Arsenal cards are our support and item cards that we'll be using at certain times during the game to be able to boost and power up our dragons. So we'll take a look at them individually and show you how to build each of the different decks. First, let's take a look at our main deck. Here in the main deck, we have all the cards we'll be using to fight with. So you want to make sure that you have a good variety, or if you want to, you can make specific color decks. This here is my personal deck. As you can see, it uses a lot of variety of different dragon elements, as you can see. But the deck all depends on how you want to play. Certain dragons have better effects in gaining attack, and certain ones can help heal and gain life back. Other ones can negate, while others can support. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys what we need to be able to build these decks. So you can see the deck is pretty sizable, because you need a max of 45 cards to play the game, or a minimum of 30 to play a deck. And how you build the deck requires specifications. So I mentioned earlier, tiers are very essential when playing and also building your deck for the game. The tiers will range from 1 through 8, and you can fill this deck with dragons between tiers 1 through 5. Any kind, any order, doesn't matter, but there's a max of 3 copies per card. You can't go over 3 copies when building your deck. Also, your deck consists of normal dragons as well as dragonettes. You get to choose how many dragonettes you want in the deck and what kind of dragons you want to put in your deck. You can make decks of just pure fire or a combination of other kinds of cards, like you can have a storm or wind deck to be able to play off their effects. Now, I said earlier that tiers matter in the game, so you can fill the deck between tiers 1 through 5 of any kind, but tiers 6 through 8 have limitations. So let's take a look at those. Here we have a stack of our tier 6 through 8 dragons. Now, these dragons are extremely powerful because of the higher tiers they have. They have better effects, better abilities, and better attack. Now, the reason why that these are limited is because if you have too many tier 6 through 8 dragons, you basically can't win the game against opponents that have a lot of these dragons in their deck. So they are limited to have 3 tier 6 dragons, 3 tier 8 dragons, and 3 tier 7 dragons. So here in this deck, I run 1 tier 6, 3 of my tier 7s, and 3 of my tier 8s. Though I don't have 3 of the tier 6s, you can get a picture of how many of these cards can be in your deck. It's a total of 9 strong, powerful cards, but that's the limit. You cannot exceed over the number for each of these different tier dragons. The reason why will be explained in the gameplay video on how to start and set up the game. Next, we'll take a look at our Legends deck. Our Legends deck, as we saw earlier, consists of our bigger dragons, which is our hybrid dragons, or our transcended dragons. And the max number of cards you can have for this deck is 10. For mine, I run 6 at the moment, but the max is 10. He can either be less than that or be exactly 10. And for this deck, the tiers are not limited, so you can have whichever cards you want, no matter the tier, as long as you have the correct material that correspond with them in your main deck. And lastly, we have our Arsenal deck. The Arsenal deck contains all your support cards, which is a mixture of your relics as well as your dragonettes. In this stack, your Legends deck consists of 15 cards in total, and that is also the max number. You cannot just run only relics or only dragonettes. You have to have a good amount of each to be able to play the game in the deck. So in mine, I have 6 dragonettes and 5 relics that I run here, which is not a bad number. I would have more, but this is what I play in my deck right now. So you can have less, or you can do the max number. But like I said, you must have a good shared amount of relics and dragonettes for the game. And that is the breakdown of the decks and how to build the decks to be able to play the game. Check out our next video. We'll be learning how to set up the game to start playing.